Washington Commanders. 2 weeks have come and gone. It's off to week 3, and we're underway on EA Sports. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Ready? 19 driver, 19 driver. 19.
Hurts throwing right away. Oh, the Commanders are going to get there as he's taken down. Jonathan Allen, the former first-round pick, getting in there to bring him down. Throwing on second and long. Hurts. It's caught. And right away, he lost the football. And it's Washington that scoops it up. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line.
Let's face it, everybody at the start of a game has a mental image of how they expect it to go, and I think that was going exactly as they scripted it offensively. Moving the ball well, seemingly in control, and that fumble, that's got to be a little bit deflating, don't you think?
Fill the whole plane there, turn the ball over. And he'll be out of bounds. A big play that time on the catch and run, and it'll give them a fresh set of downs. They need about the length of the football here on 1st and goal. Gibson. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. Now that sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by the linebacker, Bobby Wagner. And the Eagles are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. 1st and 10, and kind of tipping their hand at running the ball. 3 tight ends are out there. He's going to look deep for Watkins. And that's caught inside the 35. Touchdown, Philadelphia. One play, 80 yards. Pretty easy drive to recap.
It certainly is, but not so easy to execute. Starting on your own 20, you want something to kickstart your drive and get it off to a nice start. They went for the whole thing and got it. That's a great way to send a message to the opposing team.
This one fielded at the 5. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others, where they think they have an advantage. Dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
He's going to drop this one down to Gibson, and he'll get it up to the 33-yard line.
Well, he was a busy man out of the backfield a week ago. They got him the ball early and often. I have no doubt in my mind that he'll be a big part of the game plan here as well.
Now throwing on 1st down here. This is caught by his tight end, Logan Thomas. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. That'll go as a pickup of 32 on the catch and run. So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35. On 1st down, Howell. And looking for McLaurin, but this is intercepted. Picked up by James Bradbury. And the Eagles are going to get it back here just shy of the 20.
And Brandon, how many times have we talked with these rookies out there, and when we finally hear from them that the game's slowed down and they're able to handle things? Not so far for this rookie, because right now, back-to-back drives, they picked him off. Not college football anymore. He's got to find a way to handle what these defenses throw at him.
And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. 11 yards for number 11.
In a draft day stunner, A.J. Brown was shipped from Tennessee to Philadelphia. It appeared to be the long-awaited answer for Tennessee at receiver, and that can be that same long-awaited answer in Philadelphia. 2,000 yards.
He's got a man complete. Touchdown. Watkins with his second touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Eagles are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And it's now 14-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. This one fielded at the 5. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving. And here's another interception, the third of this first quarter. Picked off by the linebacker, Bobby Wagner. And the Eagles are going to take possession of the football. Off the play fake, here's Hurts. Rolling to his right. Looking right side, and that's complete to Watkins. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. 18 yards there, and it'll be first and goal. They'll run with Sanders, and they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
I think we got to give it up for him right there. That's a heck of an athletic move for a big man right in the middle of the line. How about the play he makes there? Nowhere to run, and he finishes that one off for a loss.
Moved back to the 10. They'll try on second and goal here. Hurts with a little pop pass on the jet sweep. And he'll score. Touchdown, Eagles. Watkins doing it again with his 3rd touchdown here in the opening quarter. And the Eagles take a 3-touchdown lead. Elliott good with a PAT, and it's now 21-0. So how about this for a start? 21-0 here in the first as they kick this one away. This one fielded at the 5. So a sensational return there on special teams, a foot race that he was not going to lose. Now, meanwhile, while that was going on, we've got an injured player on the field. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. That's out to the flat for Gibson. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 16 yards right off the bat and a first down.
Defensively, they came into the game with the understanding they're going to have to slow him down on passes just like this because he was over 100 yards receiving a week ago. And you know they want to get him involved here as well.
Now, quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
Textbook coverage right there. Played the ball, never lost sight of where it was headed, and stayed in perfect position to make a play on it. Able to keep the receiver and the quarterback in his sight lines.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Howell. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by the linebacker, Bobby Wagner. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Eagles defense gets a pick-6 TD. Charles, it is pretty rare that we see a team build this kind of lead in the opening quarter. And, man, they seem to be clicking on all 3 phases right there. The defense doing its part with a pick-6.
And it's absolutely been the definition of a start that you would pick for yourself and for your team, right? And I have a feeling that they just want to stay in this zone. What's truly incredible about this start is they can add on a couple more scores. This one could legitimately be over in the second quarter.
So this not what we expected. 28-0 here in the first as another kickoff is away. From the 6. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. Now, early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice. But at the same time,
and that's caught inside the 35. And they'll work this down inside the 30.
And this offense needed something to try and seize the momentum a little bit. That might have been exactly what they needed. Now they have a chance to go downfield and score and cut into the lead.
Over the middle, he gets it to Gibson. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5. Second down at 5. Powell. Back to Gibson and another catch for him. And he's brought down here just outside of the 20.
It's a gain of 3, which brings up 3rd and 2.
An entertaining start to this one. More to come on EA Sports. The Eagles call on the extra defensive back here as they prepare for a stop on 3rd down. 3rd and 2. Here's Howell. And this will be incomplete. Boy, can you believe this? That one probably should have been picked 2. Instead, it's 4th down. Facing this big first-half deficit, they keep the field goal unit on the sideline. They're going for it. 4th down. Howell. Able to connect with Dotson. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. Some collective exhales over there on the sideline. A big pickup through the air on 4th down to bring up 1st and goal. Robinson. Going to be stopped before he can get moving forward as he'll lose a couple back to the 5-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
I'm getting the sense that Fletcher Cox is making offensive linemen want to take the week off when they have to play against him.
It's a regular routine for him, isn't it?
It really is. That play there, that's him all day long. Good luck trying to block him and keep him from disrupting your offense.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. I hate to say it, Charles, but the way that he has played in this first half, you just kind of hold your breath every time he drops back to pass.
Yeah, you might be holding your breath, but those guys on the defensive side of the ball, they've got big smiles on their faces. He's handing out picks.
Dotson has it. Touchdown, Commanders. A great play there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Commanders get a bit closer. Charles, that's a pretty good response from a rookie quarterback. He's had his struggles in this game, including the interception on the last drive, but there he takes him down the field and puts it in the end zone.
I agree with everything you just said right there, and there's a silver lining to all of this, his resiliency, because let's face it, when things are going bad and you're a youngster, they often continue to go bad. But in his mind and his actions, he said, this stops right here. And how about the positive play he just turned in?
Let's go now.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him, because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
They go play action with Hurts. And that is incomplete. Now the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
My first thought is surprise, because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
Going deep here for Watkins. And this is taken in at the 5. A big play there for Philly. 58 yards. Jalen Hurts, not a terribly big fella at 6'1", but his arm's got plenty of life to it. And that was a thing of beauty there. After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal. Hurts with a little pop pass on the jet sweep. And he'll actually lose a little bit of yardage here. Back to the 2. Back at the 2 now. Here's 2nd and goal. Here's Hurts to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. Touchdown, Eagles. Quez Watkins on his way to a historic performance, 4 first half touchdowns. And the Eagles continue to pull away here in this first half. Elliott good on the extra point, and a rout is on here in this first half. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness, maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature, to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
Second down and a run by Robinson. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. A yard in the wrong direction makes third down tougher. Third down and 9.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Howell throwing on third down here. And my goodness, another interception. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Eagles defense gets a pick 6 TD. Elliott good with a PAT, and a rout is on here in this first half. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And not the first time that they're coming back out off of a turnover, but the last one really hurt Charles with that pick 6.
And it feels like the whole team's infected right now, doesn't it? It's not just been one person. It's kind of been a group effort where the mistakes have happened. Can they put that aside, kind of start over, and put together a nice drive?
And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. They'll throw on first down. Here's Howell. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Bobby Wagner able to get in there and run him down for what's going to be a loss of 15 yards all told. Throwing on second and long. Howell. Throw right side taken in by Gibson. And he's able to get up here to the 26. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on third and long. Third and long, here's Howell. And he finds McLaurin. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A real letdown defensively. That was third and a bundle, but they allow the conversion. So the big play gets him across midfield now for first and 10. He'll dump that off to Gibson, complete. He's got room at the 30. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a first down again. First down, Howell to throw. And just not enough on the throw there, down around his feet and incomplete.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw, partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
On second and 10, Howell. Over the middle, brought in by Dotson. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 17-yard line. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And that'll be complete to the running back, Gibson. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts, as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. 2nd and 8 coming up. Back to throw, Howell. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Ramsey. The defense looked geared up to stop the run, but obviously, Charles, they were ready for the pass, too.
Yeah, they were hoping they could catch everyone crashing and playing the run, but that was a very ill-advised throw right there. The opportunity, lost.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And with a huge lead already, they may be thinking, hey, our job's complete for these first 2 quarters. Let's get this to the locker room. And defensively, they're just looking to keep him contained as they're able to get him down. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple.
Cut 19. Cut 19. 60 Maverick. 60 Maverick.
Hurts sets up to throw it. And that one will fall incomplete. Clock here now just under 30 seconds to go in this first half. That is the first time that they've targeted him that he has not come down with a catch.
He's caught everything that's been thrown his way. A dominant pass receiver that can break down any defense, because when he's doing that kind of work, it really hurts you on the back end.
And even though it's an incompletion there, I think they're going back to that well.
Well, things are definitely going right for them here in the first half. Pick a down, any down, even 3rd down, no problem. They get a connection there and pick up a fresh set of downs, continuing to...
He's got a man, complete. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Quez Watkins, as the first half is winding down. And the Eagles will extend their lead here just before halftime. Elliott good on the extra point, and the route is on here in this first half. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Straight ahead, Gibson. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. So we've reached halftime here, and it's our visitors, the Eagles, leading this one. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And they have a mountainous deficit looming in front of them. It was really, Charles, a disaster in the first half. So where do they go from here? And now here is another interception. Darius Slay with a pick. And the Eagles will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line. Hurts and the Eagles come up here 1st and 10 at the 45. He'll start with a handoff to Sanders. And a strong run that time as he's across midfield and down to the 43. They'll send the tight end in motion. Right back to Sanders on first down. And down to the 41.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know you're trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
It's a second down run with Sanders. Room here to run. Past the 20. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. The 71 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they are playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
Hurts with a little pop pass on the jet sweep. And he'll score. Touchdown, Eagles. Quez Watkins, a 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Eagles have now opened up a 7-touchdown lead. Unbelievable. Elliott good with a PAT. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
The Commanders take over first down 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable now. A win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
On first and 10, it's Gibson. And they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain. This defense just continues to bottle up that ground game. And look, I mean, the deficit right now for this offense is so big that it might not matter. But you're still in the third quarter. They're probably going to have to try things through the air, Charles.
I agree with you totally. That's what they'll have to do. They do need to run it occasionally to take a few hits off the quarterback because right now, you just know those pass rushers are fired up to get after him.
After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Now Howell. And that will be incomplete.
I think it's safe to say that he's made some questionable decisions out there so far. Forced some throws into tight coverage. He's already been picked off in this game. 4th down now, but he was fortunate on that one not to have another turnover on his ledger.
And my goodness, another interception. Kyle Hamilton picks it, and the Eagles are going to take over at their own 41. The rookie was trying to push it downfield, but the safety bit him.
And he'll learn that you have to hold the safety. And you do that with your head movement, your eyes, sometimes your shoulders. Hold the safety so that you can get back to the throw that you really want to make. He got so excited thinking his guy was open that he made it easy for the defensive back to go get the football.
And good vision there as he's across midfield and down to the 45-yard line. First down yardage on the first play of the drive. Give him 14. A CD a lot of times like to separate speed and quickness, and they've got a back that's both. We know that he's fast in the open field, but, man, his first step is so quick, too.
It is something, isn't it? Because you think of that type of speed getting to the perimeter and turning upfield, but also when you run those inside runs, he can get into the secondary so fast the linebackers don't have a chance to react.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. Hurts a handoff to Sanders, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. Throwing is Hurts. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked by Kendall Fuller. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line. First and 10 here for Howell and the Commanders at their own 27. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
We've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. And I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
Howell's throw taken in by Samuel. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
On second down, a run with Gibson.
And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. Robinson will try to pick it up.
And he's going to run into a brick wall right in the middle of the field, and I don't think he got there. Call it no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is, and really a lot of the time they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
So this offense able to convert on 4th, and now a fresh set of downs here, 1st and 10. Shotgun handoff to Gibson.
And down inside the 35, he goes to the 32-yard line. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3 at the 32-yard line.
60 Bison, 60 Bison.
Second down, Howell now.
And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away, and now it's 3rd.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
The Washington passing game dialed in now. It's a 1st down. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Back to the ground with Gibson.
And they'll get him down right around the 16. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Here's Howell.
And he's got it.
Touchdown, Washington.
Curtis Samuel, his first touchdown of the new season.
And the Commanders get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this 4th quarter deficit.
And oh, he clanks it off the right upright, and it's no good.
Washington kick team back out there now as they will send this one away.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. We've paid this offense plenty of compliments already, but, I mean, they are deserving as they start another series. To be leading by this much with so much time left to play in the 4th, Charles, it's really, really been impressive to watch.
It has been, and you have to think to yourself, the preparation that went into this, but the absolute focus that they kept throughout in order to have this kind of a result, this is Super Bowl-esque, and they've got to feel awfully good about what they put out there today.
An extra man in the secondary for Washington on third down. Hurts. He's got Watkins on the out route. And he is going to have an Eagles first down as he's able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 5. They'll throw on first down with Hurts.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time, wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately, had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
On 2nd and 11 now. Hurts. Under pressure, and they got to him again. So after that sack, Hurts and the Eagles, tough spot here. 3rd and long. Looking to throw. He's going to look deep for Watkins. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Partner, in the sportsmanship handbook, there's something to be said for calling the dogs off in a blowout. But these defenders, they also know this is the NFL, and it's their job to stop them, whether they're in the game or they're down by a handful of touchdowns.
And this is caught. That's Watkins. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Hey, nothing to see here. Just your standard 4th down gain of 28 yards. And the drive keeps going. So after the big play on 4th, here's 1st and 10. Off the play fake. Here's Hurts. On the move to his left. The Sanders has got it complete. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line.
There's a beautiful throw there, and he's been sensational the entire game, moving it around, spreading it, hitting the right guys. And look, under normal situations, partner, I would expect him to come out of the game now. They've got it in hand. But you and I have been around this league a long time, and every time we ask head coaches about it, hey, why don't you take your quarterback out when the game's in hand? They just kind of give us that look like that's what he's paid to do. So it's a very unusual situation. I'd want him now. They tend to leave him in.
2nd down, back to Sanders. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And they're going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 18. 14 yards that time for number 14. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown. Elliott now to add the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead.
The score, Eagles 63, Commanders 12.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. This one fielded at the 5. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the 4th quarter. This would be their 3rd straight defeat. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Foul to the air on 1st and 10. And now here is another interception.
Darius Slay with a pick. And the Eagles are going to take over at their own 30-yard line.
Well, partner, I got to tell you, I'm trying to think of something positive to say for this offense, but I'd have to be a spin doctor for that one. This has been a tough performance to watch.
And I think it's hard at this point to actually identify what's really gone wrong. I guess the catch-all is everything. Doesn't sound like real sharp analysis, but I don't have much else for you.
And the scoreboard just lopsided, and it's been ugly from the get-go.
Ready?
Second down, back to Sanders. Gets around him, and some room to work. 109 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And he carries this one past the midfield stripe and into Commander territory. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. That one looks like he'll throw here. And that's complete to Sanders. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. He's already proven to be a factor in the running game on this drive. Now he gets involved in the passing game.
I think what we're seeing here is the modern version of workhorse.
Looking for Sanders, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Cole Holcomb. And the Commanders are going to take possession as they've got it at the 42-yard line. Now they get a 4th quarter pick. A little something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it, though. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys, right?
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another. That's a bad play on one hand, a good play.
And my goodness, another interception. Kyle Hamilton picks it. Yet another mistake after the interception there. And, gosh, you look up at the scoreboard, they just got to be thinking this one cannot get over fast enough.
It certainly can't. And also what happens when you get this big of a deficit, you're supposed to make all the right throws, right? You're supposed to try and obviously get the ball to your own guys. But being down this big, you also take even more chances. And in this situation, that hasn't paid off for them at all.
On the other sideline, jubilation and laughter. Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out because this one, it was over a long time ago.
Here's Hurts to throw. And give him another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues. Elliott on for the extra point. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. From the 6. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. Out there set ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Little bootleg here. Howell. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Powell. Complete. It's Dodson. And now here comes their final timeout as they take it with 8 ticks remaining. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
Powell throwing on 3rd down here. And now here is another interception. Darius Slay with a pick. And the Eagles are going to take possession of the football. That time defensively looked like they showed quite a bit of pressure but backed off, and it proved fruitful. They get the pick.
He went through all of his rules about getting rid of the ball quickly because he read blitz. He saw all those people stacked at the line of scrimmage, and then they fooled him by dropping into coverage. Now he's ready to get rid of the ball fast, but guess what? Too many defenders out there. Exactly as you described, an interception.
Well, fans usually love to see scoring, and there was no shortage of it today. What a dominant showing from an offense that was truly playing at an elite level in this contest.
Partner, this game was over a long time ago, and you noticed they did not want to slow down anything. Absolutely a dream scenario for everyone on that offense, and they took advantage of